Bringing Back Our Ancient Grains, bajra, ragi and kotki. Ancient grains are a group of grains, and pseudocereals, seeds that are consumed like grains, that have remained mostly unchanged for thousands of years. They were an important source of daily nutrient requirements for ancient civilizations, in countries such as China, India, Africa and the Middle East. According to the late Dr. R. H. Richeria, a renowned rice scientist, about 400,000 traditional rice varieties existed in India during the Vedic period. He had estimated that even in the 1980s, about 200,000 rice varieties existed in the country, a truly phenomenal number. This means that if a person were to eat a new rice variety every day of the year, he could live for over 500 years without reusing a variety. Then the Green Revolution happened, and the government turned its attention to modern seed varieties with higher yields. This resulted in a loss of valuable traditional, genetic resources and loss of knowledge of the uses of ancient grain varieties. These grains lost their importance as commercialization of crops and dietary habits.
Now, COVID-19 and the scramble to boost immunity levels has once again revived interest and demand for these grains, which are powerhouses of nutrition and immunity-building components. Koraisan wheat, sorghum, barley, teff, the world's smallest grain, millet, amaranth, freak, made from green durum wheat, quinoa, and bulgur, cracked wheat, are few of the best grains. Did you know that quinoa and einkorn are some of the well-known ancient grains? They are less processed. They retain their inherent vitamins, minerals, and fibers as compared to modern grains. Studies have linked ancient grain consumption to health benefits, such as lower heart disease risk, better blood sugar control, and improved digestion. Plenty of ancient grains are also gluten-free, such as quinoa, millet, fonio, sorghum, amaranth, and teff. These are suitable for people who cannot tolerate gluten or wheat. Einkorn is considered to be the first original wheat, the seed planted by the first farmers 12,000 years ago, during the Neolithic Revolution. History shows that the first bread was made with einkorn, and it was Otzi the Iceman's last meal. Einkorn is the only wheat that was never hybridized, and has only 2 sets of chromosomes. So it is a true ancient grain, higher in protein and lower in carbohydrates than modern wheat. Of all the ancient grains, millets have the most variety. There are about 8 varieties of millets, like for example jowar, bajra, nakni, or ragi. Millets are basically gluten-free. They also have very low glycemic index, so naturally they are good for diabetics. They are also very good in proteins, especially foxtail millet. Millets are high in iron, zinc, and folate, and they offer 3 times the calcium of milk. Millets can be eaten in many forms as rice, porridge, flour for all bakery products, soup, etc. The Indian government is promoting millets big time, and globally the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has also declared 2023 as the International Year of Millets. Also belonging to the millet family, sorghum, or jowar, is the 5th most consumed grain worldwide, and a great source of nutrients. It is naturally gluten-free, and can be easily ground into a flour. It can be eaten in various forms such as chapati, dosa, bhakri, chila, etc. This ancient Indian grain is one of the healthiest choices for carbohydrate intake. The protein content present in 100 gram of jowar is 10.4 gram, and can increase if consumed in the sprouted form. What used to be a staple food of the Aztecs, amaranth, rajgira, is ironically a grass, not a grain.
A major food crop of India, it is a great source of plant protein. Its tiny yellow spheres with a peppery flavor are high in iron, protein, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium. It is also the only grain documented to contain vitamin C. Sprouting amaranth seeds enhances their nutritional value, and they make a great addition to salads as well. Similarly, buckwheat, not from wheat, is a pseudo-grain that is hugely popular in India as it is gluten-free, and is eaten during festivals like Navratri or other fasting days, in the form of puris, rotis, and fritters. It can also be added in global cuisines, like risotto, noodles, and pizza. Like any other grain, ancient grains can be used in pilafs, soups, and salads, or paired with a chili or stir-fry, like rice, or be ground into flours, and used for baking breads, making pancakes, etc. Adding a small portion of millets to your idli, dosa batter, or roti dough for breakfast is a good way to start the day. To ensure that you're getting the full benefit of nutrients in ancient grains, try to eat a variety of different grains, as each grain has something different to offer, from the calcium in ragi to the carbohydrates in sorghum. Chef Michael Swamy, who curates indigenous cuisines working with tribes in Madhya Pradesh, for a leading wildlife resort chain says, "Ancient grains are tied to our DNA. They were created and grown in a systematic manner. They were cultivated and consumed according to the climate and the seasons. Like nachni or ragi is grown and consumed in the winters, because it gives the body heat. Our body needs additional nutrition during winter, and this millet helps in absorbing the nutrients and building muscle tissue." Ancient grains are an excellent source of various key elements required for the body. Unfortunately, due to commercial reasons, modern varieties of wheat and rice are being promoted. Suresh Kumar, from Kadapa, believes that the hybrid varieties only give us carbohydrates and fats, but not the nutrients required by our bodies. He pointed out that millets are light and very good for digestion. They have all the micronutrients required by our bodies. It supplies complete nourishment so the immunity is inbuilt. Practice grain diversity in your diet for wholesome nutrition. Our body's immunity is built on the protein we consume. Millets provide a great source of protein and can help build and strengthen our immunity. The stronger our immunity, the less disease-prone we will be. Good for the planet as well. An important fact to note is that many ancient grains thrive with low or no pesticides, fertilizers, and irrigation, making them an attractive choice for consumers who choose to food products that reduce their carbon footprint. According to the International Crops Research Institute, for semi-arid tropics in India, millets are important as a solution for farmers in arid areas. Millets are basically the last crop standing in times of drought, and can withstand extreme high temperatures. They have a low carbon footprint, and due to their resilience and survival with minimal water and poor soil, they are affordable and viable for marginal and smallholder farmers. Millets were a traditional crop across much of Africa and Asia. If these ancient grains are mainstreamed back as a staple in food diets across the world, they can have a major impact on the biggest global environmental issues like climate change and water scarcity. Millets are good for us, the planet, and the farmer. So let's get them back on our plates.
If you like our contents, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel.